it's like this. For last 5 years, we were trying to go more and more towards sustainability and getting all designers and the industry was being sustainable. So we're setting parameters and structures of how we move towards that, right? And one of the things that we realized is that we have to tackle it very differently because Sri Lanka is very different than say India or Pakistan or or Western world. So we have our own issues. So now what we're doing is we decided to build the infrastructure up. So we came out with responsible meter. So the mission this year is to go next step towards responsible meter. That's why we got more interesting partnership with experts like wildlife, UN. So the societal impact and the environmental impact is captured very well. And all the designers should be able to go on responsible meter. So consumers can look at a meter on the garment and say, okay, this is how much impact the garment has had. So that really is the mission now, to get the designers aligned, get the structures in order, get the consumers to ask the right questions, right? And that way I feel will give us a huge edge globally as a nation where all the designers, or pretty much all the designers, are sustainable as a standard.
Kunle, thanks so much for the time. If you could tell us a bit about the experience with CFW, as well as the way that you expect the partnership to perform for the UNFPA's goals.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I think very good questions. I mean, what is our experience? Just to be quick with UNFPA, we think we appreciate the partnership with CFW. First of all, I think from a development point of view, the opportunity to collaborate is something we do not take for granted. We speak about things that people consider controversial in cases. So CFW have shown us about the desire to innovate, desire to change, and that they are really committed to the change they want in Sri Lanka as it affects the entire population. Now, coming to how the partnership has worked, I mean, this is the second year of the partnership. As you are aware, UNFPA works to rid the world of gender-based violence and to promote sexual and reproductive health and rights for everybody. At the center of our work is our work for women all over the world, especially for my case now, my work for women in Sri Lanka.
First time that we've been invited to partner the Colombo Fashion Week. As you know, Colombo Fashion Week has been around for more than 15 years and they've built up a fairly very, very powerful communication. So we just want to piggyback on it to get into a different segment of audience that we have not been communicating before. Because these are the kind of audience who could influence certain decision makers. So whatever that you may do at grassroots level, we need to gather the people who are signing off legislations and various projects off in Colombo. So we feel we are talking to some of the kids or wives or daughters of decision makers who can influence certain decisions in favor of the environment. Particularly when it comes to wetland, people look at it as wasteland. They just get filled up, developed over, bulldozed over. Nobody realizes the ecological value those wetlands play. So our attempt is here again to see how we can educate and enhance the awareness of the role these wetlands play in Colombo. For example, if not for these wetlands in and around Colombo, one heavy shower and the whole of Colombo city would be inundated with floods. I mean, the wetlands currently absorb about 30% of the excess water and they release it in slow stages. Right. So that's just one of the tiny roles it plays. So it's a massive amount of things. So we are hoping to have a very planned, organized campaign to see how we can get at this audience, inculcate and educate them on certain values the wetlands play.